Sharmilee Muralidharan, please introduce yourself and tell us where you're telling from. And please tell us a story.
Thank you, Eric. Good afternoon and namaste to everyone. I am Sharmilee. I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I'm a consultant psychotherapist. 2 to 3 years back, I started exploring storytelling, especially for the therapeutic and healing nature of storytelling. Uh, so in the beginning, I read a story. It was just a screenshot shared by my mother, so I do not know from which book it comes. And I thought one day I should tell the story, and today is the day. Yes, in the wondrous region of Mount Kailash, the subtle Kailash, which could not be seen by naked eye, situated the abode of Lord Shiva, the Lord of destruction, destroyer of all evil. One beautiful evening, all the gods of the Hindu pantheon arrived at Kailash to pay their respects to Lord Shiva. Brahma, the Lord of creation, arrived in his graceful vehicle, Swan, followed by Lord Indra, the god of all demigods, on his elephant, and then arrived Agni, the Lord of fire, on a goat, followed by Chandra, a moon god, riding his antelope. Then arrived Lord Vishnu, the protector and preserver of the universe, flying in his majestic vehicle, Garuda, the mighty eagle, benevolent and wise. Vishnu left his living vehicle outside the entrance, a stone arch, a natural stone arch leading to Shiva's abode. Garuda, the king of birds, sat alone, marveling at the splendor of the Himalayan range. He looked at the beautiful, breathtaking Himalayan range soaking in its beauty, the splendor of the setting sun's rays falling on the mist and the snow covered peaks. He was completely lost in this beauty. Suddenly, his eyes fell on a beautiful creature, a tiny yellow bird perched on top of the stone arch leading to the entrance. The bird was chirping his welcoming song for all the gods. Garuda exclaimed, "How marvelous is this creation! The one who made this gigantic Himalayan range also made the tiny little bird, and both equally wonderful," he told himself. Suddenly, the whole place trembled. There entered a horrendous creature, a horrendous man, 10 feet tall, with a huge head, tousled hair, thick lips, and protruding fangs, huge nose, flaring nostrils, bloodshot eyes with sinister look, with a long arms and legs, one carrying a huge mace and a noose on the other, pot-like belly, dark colored, towering presence. As there arrived Yama, the lord of death and destiny, on his huge buffalo. As he entered the entrance, before he could slip to the other side, his eyes fell on the tiny bird perched on it. His eyebrows crinkled and he shrugged his shoulders, and then he took his eyes off and disappeared behind the arch. A shiver ran down Garuda's spine as he observed all this. Frightened, Garuda told himself, Yama looking intently at the bird can mean only one thing. The bird's time is up. He felt somehow he could save the bird. And how? Perhaps on his way back, Emma is going to put his nose over the bird and snatch its soul away. So he was like, what can I do? Then he regained his poise and said, Destiny, laws of destiny is at play. and it's none of my business to interfere. Let me not do anything. And he kept quiet. A minute passed. Garuda felt a lot of emotion swaying within. Then he heard a voice from his head. If I could save the bird, why not? Let me do something. And he was about to take off. Then he stopped. There was another voice in his head. It is my egoistic impulse. Who am I to save anyone? Garuda was totally torn between the voices of his head, was thoroughly confused, and he gave up. Suddenly, he heard a voice, a subtle voice, speaking from deep within. Well, I do not know what to do now. I'm very uncertain whether wisdom lies in my taking action or not taking action. Let me pray. Whatever I do now in this uncertain state, let it be part of the total providential scheme. O Lord, I offer all my emotions and actions to Thee. Having said the prayer, he immediately took off and swooped the little bird in his mighty talons and flew at the speed of lightning deeper and deeper into the forest of Dandakaranya. He went deeper inside until he found a rock where he felt the bird would be safe. So he placed the bird safely on the rock, deeply satisfied that he saved the bird, and quickly he returned to Kailash
और इसमें लगा के देना
and
इसमें
waited at the
तीन
end
क्या
for his
पता
daughter.
नहीं दीदी ने सब किया तो था
व्हाट्सएप की है
He waited for his lord to come back. But Yama, the lord of death, came earlier. As he came, he smiled at Garuda. Garuda felt happy, yeah, I have saved the bird, but he was still hesitant. And he went to Yama and asked, Sir, may I put a question? Yama said, Of course, yes. Please ask. As you entered, your eyes fell on a tiny bird on this arch, and you looked pensive for a moment. Why? Yama said casually, Oh, I totally forgot about it. Well, when my eyes fell on that bird, I thought I knew that the bird is going to die in a few moments, swallowed by a python near a brook, far, far away, deep inside the forest Dandakaranya. I wondered how this tiny bird could cover such a great distance and in such a short time. Somehow, I forgot about it. It would have happened. Anyway, it's time for the bird to take its new birth. Having said this, he smiled at Garuda with a twinkle in his eyes and left in his buffalo. Garuda sat stunned, uncertain whether to feel happy or sad about all this. Again, he could see all the emotions raising and playing havoc within. Slowly, he calmed down and said to himself, O Lord, I am a vehicle of yours. Let me be a vehicle all the time, in action or inaction. Having said this, he sat alone, staring at the silent peaks as darkness descended. He went deep within and stayed with a newfound peace, waiting for Lord Vishnu to return. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Anybody, thoughts?
You have told that when you introduced the different Indian gods, your introduction was very clear. It is essential when we tell our mythological stories to other culture, when an audience of this nature. That was very good. Every time when you told very nicely. Yes. It's a good story. Thank you.
Hi, Sharmilee. It was wonderful. The description was so visual. We could imagine when you said tousled hair, the big mustache, and he was coming with a big nose. So we could so well visualize everything in front. Yeah. We know, we can picturize it because we know, but I'm sure with the description that you gave, anyone would have been able to visualize it so beautiful. Very well narrated. Very nice. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think we will proceed. Thank you very much, Sharmilee.
Thank you very much, Eric, for the opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Mhm.
Thank you.